What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ, and today we're talking about 20 games that I plan on taking down off of my backlog next year. Okay, so most of you who have, most of you who have listened to or watched the show for a while now have heard me mention a few times that I have tried this thing where I write out a list at the beginning of the year. I did this last year of 20 games that I want to beat by the end of the following year. So I did it for 2019. I was able to knock off the 20 games, and honestly, I had plenty of time to play some other ones too that weren't on the list. And then also, I've kind of been trying to work out how I was going to approach it this year as well, because I really liked the idea of doing it. But I was kind of going back and forth, and I think I've said that I was going to do both. But I've gone back and forth on whether or not I wanted to include new games on the list, or if I just wanted to kind of play those as they come out and give them a shot then. Last year, I included a few of them. And initially, I think I had planned to include those in the list to make it a little bit easier on myself. But honestly, I was able to play more than the 20, and I realized, like, as long as I throw in some short games, which this year's full of a lot of long ones, that I can still play those newer ones as well. So like games like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cyberpunk, and that kind of stuff won't be on here. But I absolutely plan on playing them next year. So if you don't hear like one of the newer games that's coming out, don't be like, oh, how are you not going to play it? Chances are I am definitely going to still be playing it. But these are 20 games on my backlog that have been there for a while that I want to get to. And there's some in here that are like, I've mentioned, like, I can't believe I haven't played this before, and other people have freaked out about it. So what does it matter if I have played the game or not? I'll get to it eventually. You don't have to give me crap. If you've played it, great. Just tell me how it is. You don't have to, okay, anyways. Alright. Okay. So. Yeah, I mean, just looking at this list, man, there's some long games on here. But there's some short ones too, thankfully. So we'll start at the top. And also, I should mention, this isn't like the order that I'm going to be playing them in as well. What I did last year was typically, or still this year, I guess, technically. What I did in 2019 was I literally would just look at the list and I would roll a dice, or I would just play like, you know what, I don't feel like playing a JRPG next, so I'm going to go with an action game, or I'm going to go, whatever. And so I would just kind of go with that list. It's a good way too, because, if you've got a backlog that's 200 games plus, which I do, it's a lot more daunting to look at that and go, oh my gosh, what am I going to play next? I have so many options right now. But if you narrow it down to 20, it's so much easier to take in and just be like, all right, here's the list I want to take down. From these, what do I want to do next? And it honestly worked out really well. I didn't find myself starting one that I picked from the list and then being like, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't feel like playing it. And then skipping, going to something else. I finished all 20 games that I had on there. So it worked out really well. So, I don't know, I mean, having done this once so far, I recommend it as a fun way to tackle your backlog. And I'm super organized. I like to kind of keep everything in check and be able to like review where I've been and what I plan on doing and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of just a good way for me to do that. And, I thought it'd be neat to kind of catalog it and put it into a video. That way, eventually I can look back and be like, that was the year I beat, blah, blah, whatever. So it's pretty cool. And again, I mentioned this before, but howlongtobeat.com is the site that I use to catalog pretty much all my stuff, like what I've beaten and everything. So there it is. If you're on that site, let me know, because you can have like friends and stuff on there. I'd be happy to add anybody to my friends list on there. So just let me know. All right, so from the top, and these are all different systems. A lot of these games have been re-released over. I know I'm going on like a massive before I even get to this stupid list, and I've said I was going to start like twice now. But a lot of these games have been released multiple times, so I may not necessarily play it on the original system, but I will play the game. So the first one up that I've got on the list is Nier Automata, however you pronounce it. I've been looking forward to playing that for a while, and I'm super stoked. PS4, and my buddy Mark actually just finished it, and he loved it. And he's not like a massive gamer by any means, but when he does get into a game, he really gets into it. So, and that's usually a good indicator that it's something that I know I'm going to get hooked on. So, the guy got me like into City Skylines for a while. So, I mean, it's like, he does pick very, very fun games that I sometimes don't expect. This is one I'm expecting to be good, though, and I had a strong feeling about it, too. So, definitely looking forward to it. Next one on the list, Metal Gear Solid. I have not played the original. I have played 5, and I have played 2. And that's it. So, I would like to start from the beginning and go from there. And a lot of these also, I've played... I tried to play like a couple last year, and I may have played over the past few years, like working my way through the series. Like Dragon Quest, there's one on here. I've been working my way through that. So like, chances are, if you hear something on here, I'm probably going to end up playing the next one in the series the following year, if that makes sense. So Metal Gear Solid from PS1, and I'll probably be playing that on the PS3 collection that they have, which includes all the games. Dark Souls Remastered. My buddy Adrian is very, very happy that I'm going to be playing this, and he has been adamant that I try it as soon as possible, and he's super excited to play it with me. So, and I'm glad to have somebody who knows so much about it, who can give me tips and hints, and from what I understand, there's even co-op, so he can help me out online if need be. But I'll be playing that on PS4 as well. Phantasy Star 3. I've been working my way through that. I'll probably end up playing that on the Sega Genesis Collection on the Switch. I have enjoyed Phantasy Star 1 and 2. 3, from what I understand, is kind of the black sheep of the series. So, I mean, I'm still looking forward to it. I'm just not sure what to expect, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting into it. So, and I'm really looking forward to getting to 4 eventually, because 4, I see people put up there with the great Super Nintendo RPGs, which, is so high in my book. So I'm really, really excited to eventually get to that one. So, one step at a time, or one game at a time, I should say. Assassin's Creed Black Flag on PS4. I just finished Assassin's Creed 3, and well, not just, but this past year, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. A lot of people weren't too thrilled with that game, from what I understand. I played the remastered version, and I enjoyed the hell out of it, so maybe they just made a bunch of quality of life improvements, and it's like, 1,000 times better than the original. But I really enjoyed it, and from what I understand, this is one of the best in the series, so I'm really looking forward to Black Flag. And again, I'll be playing that on PS4. Another series I've been working my way through, BioShock Infinite. I have beaten BioShock 1 and 2, and I really, really enjoyed the hell out of both of them. So I'm really looking forward to this one, because people have told me this is the best in the series as well so far, because I think they just announced that a new one is in production. And I'll be playing that on PC. Another classic, a series that I'd like to start that I never have, Shining Force, that was originally on the Genesis Mega Drive. I'm going to be playing it on the Switch Sega Collection. That and Phantasy Star 3, I'm choosing to play it on that because they both, being RPG/tactical RPG, are like, it's just really, really nice to be able to play that handheld, especially if I have to grind or anything like that. I can do that while watching Netflix or something. So I'm super excited to finally jump into that series as well, because I've always wanted to play Shining Force. Game that I started a while ago and just never finished. I couldn't tell you why. I did talk a little bit about it in my GameCube collection video, and that is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Definitely looking forward to getting back into that and getting that going again, because I've been wanting to for a long time. It's one of those that's always just stuck out in the back of my head, like, dude, and every time I mention it to somebody that's played it and beaten it, they swear by it. So I definitely am looking forward to that one too. Old school NES game, Star Tropics. I am really looking forward to that. I believe it is on the Switch, on the online Nintendo thing. If it is, that's where I'll be playing it. I'm almost positive it is. If it's not, and I'm wrong, I had the original cart as well, so I'm not too worried about it. I have no worries finding it or playing it, but I'm definitely looking forward to it because I played that game a lot when I was a kid. I just never finished it, and I want to actually make it to the end this time because I always enjoyed it, and it's such a unique experience. And honestly, ahead of its time for the NES. So really looking forward to that one as well. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know if I think it came out on the original Xbox first, and eventually to PC. I might be wrong on that, but I know it was on both. I'm probably going to be playing it on like Xbox One backwards compatibility or something. But I am so looking forward to that one. I have played a little bit of Knights of the Old Republic 2, and I loved it, but then I really was like, I remember stopping it because I was like, I kind of want to play the first game first. So I stopped that and knew I was going to one day come back to it, and I'm putting it on my list because I want to force myself to get into it this time and actually try it out and play through it because I really am excited to do it because I love Star Wars. BioWare just, when they were in their prime, they made some amazing things, and I'm super excited to try it out, so definitely looking forward to that one as well. Another one that I know is a sin as a gamer to have not finished before, and that is Half-Life 1 on PC. I have never finished it. I have played it a bunch of times, I just never played it all the way through. This time I'm making it a point. I'm going to get to the end, and I will finish it. Which means, next year I will most likely play Half-Life 2, finally. So, yeah, I know. It's one of those that it's... I'm sorry, but I'm getting to it. I'm getting there. So I will catch up, I promise. Super Nintendo classic that I have not played, haven't even touched, and that is Illusion of Gaia. I'm super excited to play that one. Anybody who knows me knows that I love Super Nintendo RPGs, and they're always super surprised when they find out I haven't played that game. I am so excited to try it out because I've heard nothing but amazing things from other Super Nintendo fans, so I'm really looking forward to that one as well. Still on the Nintendo bandwagon, Earthbound Beginnings on the Wii U. I love Earthbound, and this is like the one that started it all, so I am super excited. I think it was just called Mother in Japan. And I'm really excited to play it. I have not jumped into it, but anytime I've turned on my Wii U and I see it, because I own it, I bought it right when it came out, I see it on my menu and I'm like, I gotta get to that game at some point. So I'm definitely excited to get into that one as well. I'm excited to get into all these games, seriously. Like, I'm dreading getting to a point in my backlog where I have to throw some iffy games on there, where I'm like, I hope I can get through this one, and I'm not really sure. What I might do at some point is like kind of go through my full backlog and be like, I don't know if this one's worth playing, or like do a little more research on or stuff like that. A lot of them that I have on there are just stuff I bought because I thought the box art looked cool, or like, I saw a sale online and I was like, oh, well, for that price, yeah, why not? I'll pick it up. So I may have to cull it a little bit because I definitely don't want to be in a position where I'm forcing myself to play through games where I'm just like, oh god, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So we'll see. But this whole list I'm super excited about and really ready to get into these. And I couldn't be happier with it. Next one, Persona 4. As I'm recording this, when this gets released, it'll be done. But I am like in the final month of Persona 3 on PS2, and I love it. Persona 5 was the first one in the series that I played. Amazing game, just absolutely spectacular, and highly recommend it to anybody with a PS4, even if you're not a JRPG fan. It's so good, and it honestly, in my opinion, appeals to everybody. Great way to get into the genre, great way to try it out. It's just so stylistic and just absolutely just a great experience. It's really good. Can't recommend it enough. And 3 was very similar. You can definitely see the influences and stuff that 5 took. So I'm super excited to play 4, which I've been told by some other people is the best in the series. So, I'm super excited. So, but man, those games are long. I'm at about 70-ish hours, and I think I may have like 5 to 10 left in Persona 3. So I'm like, it's daunting, but man, it's so good. And that's why I don't put like more than one of those on my list. Let's see. So next, another insanely long game from what I understand, Dragon Quest VII. So last year I made it a point to put 2 Dragon Quest games on there. And initially when I was writing up my list, because I had to tone this thing down, because there were so many I wanted to play, I had put 7 and 8 on here. And just looking at like some of the other games that are going to take me a while, like I know Persona obviously is going to take a while, and Nier, I know that requires multiple playthroughs. So I know that some of these games are going to be really time consuming, and I'm just like, I don't know if I've got all that in me, you know what I mean? So I just stuck with Dragon Quest VII for this year. If I get through these quick enough, I'm not saying it's going to happen, maybe I'll look at getting into 8 eventually. I have played 8. It was the first game that I played in the series, but I did not finish it. And I thought it was fantastic, and I really can't wait to get into that. So we'll see. If I don't get to it this year, I will definitely get to it next year. Another one that I wanted to play for a while, and people have sworn by, and that's Beyond Good and Evil on the PS2. I have a lot of fun memories watching my buddy Mark, who I mentioned before, playing that when we were on vacation at the lake. And I was kind of like, I thought it kind of looked a little goofy and stuff. Maybe that was the character designs and everything. And that was back in my days where all I wanted to play was JRPGs. So it's like anything that wasn't like that, I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to watch this anymore. And like, it was really dumb of me, because now that I like look at the history of the game and see how beloved it is by anybody who's played it, I'm kicking myself for not having played it sooner. So, you know, I'm gonna eat crow on that, on how I treated you, Mark. I apologize, buddy. I won't make fun of you anymore for loving that game, and hopefully I will love it just as much when I get into it in 2020. Another series I've been working my way through, Breath of Fire 3. I did a review on Breath of Fire 2 on my channel. Finished that last year, and freaking loved it. Love both Breath of Fire 1 and 2. The casts are just so diverse, and the worlds are colorful and vibrant. It's just such a joy to play. And 3 and 4 are, in my opinion, because I played all of them before I finished any of them, 3 and 4 were easily my 2 favorites. So I'm really looking forward to getting into both this one and the next one, especially 3, because I played this one so many times. It's just another one that's really long, and there's a lot of grinding involved and stuff. But I loved it, and I'm really looking forward to finally finishing that one and knocking it off the list. Next up, Tales of Fantasia on the Game Boy Advance is where I will be playing it. I needed to put a Tales game in there because that series is so massive. I know there's a new one coming out next year. I may get to that one as well, but I also want to knock off one of the older ones. So definitely looking forward to Tales of Fantasia. I've been kind of like playing those one by one, but I haven't really gone back to the old ones, like the PS1 era, and I think this was originally Super Nintendo, but like I said, I'll be playing it on Game Boy Advance, so really looking forward to that one as well. 2 games left. One of them is Cosmic Star Heroine on the PS4. If you'll remember, that was my only unboxing video that I did on the channel. I'm not a crazy fan of unboxing videos. I did it, and then I was like, I don't really see the point in this. It's neat, but I can just as easily take a picture of it and post it on Twitter, and that's it. I've just never been a thing. I don't know why I did it, but if you're into unboxing videos, you do them, you watch them, whatever, more power to you. I like to make videos where I'm having fun, and stuff, and I was just kind of like uninterested while I was doing it. Not that the stuff in the box wasn't cool. I mean, I want to play it. I'm super excited to do that, and I just thought it might be interesting to kind of show it off a little bit. Plus, I like the story that went along with it, with when I wasn't sure if I was getting it or not. But I just wasn't a fan of doing the unboxing in general. But yeah, that's on the list, and I'll be playing that on PS4. And then finally, on Sega Saturn, I will be playing through Albert Odyssey, which is a game I've been sitting on for a couple of years now, but a long time ago. And I am super, super excited because the look, the aesthetics in that game are so gorgeous, and it looks like my kind of game. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I definitely want to get into that. If I understand, a little bit on the lengthy side too. I could be wrong, maybe I'm just misremembering, but I thought I saw that somewhere. Either way, I'm super excited for every game on this list. It's going to be awesome. And actually, one last thing. If there's any games on this list that you want me to do a review on, let me know, because I'd be happy to do that. Normally what I do when I do my reviews for my channel, I will just be in the middle of playing and I'll decide, I'm going to start recording some footage for this, and I'll just do that. I really don't decide too far ahead of time what games I'm going to do. In most instances, it's happened like as I was playing them because I had so many thoughts about it and stuff. But I if there's any games on here that you want to hear my thoughts on, you want me to review or whatever, let me know, because I'd be happy to think about it and look into it. I'm not like, some of the longer games are going to be tough for me to do because that's a lot of footage to have to go through and everything. Like it takes like, if I do a 5-minute review or something, I think most of mine are like 8 to 10 minutes long. But if I do a 5-minute review, that usually takes me, between like 3 to 5 hours to edit. So it's rough because I have to like go through the footage and find what I want to use for each area and whatnot. Anyways, yeah, just let me know what you think. Let me know if you think like you got to get to this one first or something like that. I feel like I have not taken a breath this entire video, but man, I am super excited to get to this whole list. So just let me know your thoughts and hit that like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You know the deal. And as always, keep on gaming.